Uh, I can't seem to hear you. Oh, are you
Hi.
muted, Ian?
Yeah, I was muted for a second, but yeah, I got it. I got the recording rolling.
Okay. So I think we'll go ahead and start the meeting. Howard did say that he might be late because of he's trying to help his daughter. So if you can just do the recording and then we can give it to him for the minutes, or I can take some minutes.
Got the recording running.
Okay. So welcome everyone. So we have Jim, Saul, and Alexandra, and Raymond. So it's just, okay. Alexandra, you're muted. This is the first time you joined the meeting, and we'll welcome you. I think I've sent you a message a while back about the antenna society. So it's good to have you in the meeting.
Yeah. Usually this time is really hard for me because I'm single mom and I think it's very difficult at all. I try to take it, but yeah, hard for me to join. But I try to be more involved when I can.
Are you traveling, Alexandra?
Yeah, I'm in my car right now. I should arrive soon.
Oh, okay. Because you're cutting on and off. Okay, since Howard is not here, maybe do we just wait for him a little bit to do the minutes?
Yeah, we could just wait for him a little bit. See if he
Okay, so
hops on in a few minutes.
yeah, so we'll wait for him to do the minute. I guess I can do a brief report since Carl is traveling this week. I guess he has some personal duties that he needs to do in Nashville and Memphis, and he won't be here tonight. Right now, I guess the only thing that we had done in the past as a report is we attended the Ohio State Student Winter Banquet. That was very nice. That was the first time I had attended that event, and they have sponsors, and the sponsors actually come, sponsors or possible future employers for the students. And what they actually do is they like rotate from table to table to talk to the student. So that was very nice, and the students was able to talk to them about industry and all those things. So that was quite interesting, and we presented 5 service awards to students. So they are. It was good for us to do that, and probably Dr. Musa, he was aware of some of the budgeting or some of the support that the section have for the students that they never really utilized in the past. So now he has that the understanding that there's actually budget that they can use from the section. The big thing, I guess, is I don't know, Josh. I don't see Josh. I did not get any response from him. So this is seems to be a continued problem that we're having for the section. And I talked to Howard today and yesterday, and I think Jim, you and him still not able to do anything with him with regards to the audit. So I don't know what else to do in that case other than, we really need to maybe go to his house And it's like, okay, let's get this done. Now that everybody seems to be working from home, right? I don't know what you guys are up to, but that's the protocol that we're looking into with with our office. See, so the non-essential people can stay home, but I don't know. I just don't like the fact that he's not responding. And he's supposed to send that budget March 7 for everybody to review, and that didn't happen. He did send out the 2019 accounting to region, so they did reconcile that, and it was okayed from the region 2 treasurer and accounting, and we got the 10% rebate for sending it in, but I don't know what it looks like since we don't have a copy.
Well, that's good. You can mention Maker X too.
Yes, Maker X. It was good. It was well, Sol was there, and Ian and Howard, Carl, and Josh. Well, we should have sequestered him, I guess, at that time.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, we should have pulled him aside and said, "While you're here, let's talk budget, right?"
Yeah.
But it was a good event, and I guess we'll know what's going to happen for 2021 next year, since that person is running it. Is that going to be IEEE now leading that?
I think it
I
is.
don't know.
Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be IEEE's event next year.
Okay.
We might need to talk to that one guy, Dick, about it, because I think Dick was kind of the one that kind of was in charge of the venue itself.
Okay. Yeah, I
remember
also
met Dick.
yeah, I also need to contact him for the Ohio State Ohio State Fair, and I want to make sure that we have the dates picked out. You know, sometimes it's easy to get the to if you ask him for the date ahead of time, and then he can give us a slot for those dates. So I think I'm looking at, weekends. Ian, you had mentioned it's probably we could do 2 days. So
We can do three. We can do both weekends, and probably all days of the weekend.
yeah, I think it starts on the 29th all the way to 9th. So Saturday's the first, and we can do first and 8th, I guess, if that's okay. So I will send him a notice that we will be able to do that. We have, it's a long way ahead, that we can prepare properly for that event.
Well, to help
So
prepare, Carl gave me 10 computers already that I'm trying to reformat to where we could probably use them as a little exhibit for that event. So,
oh, okay.
yeah, I'm currently working on those. They currently have Vista in them, so way outdated. So I'm thinking I'm gonna probably throw some Ubuntu in there for now, unless we can somehow fund unless we can somehow fund Windows 10 to get put into them, which we're far from doing that.
We should be able to. I mean, we had budget from AEP, and we can use some of those money we consider that STEM outreach, right? And
Yeah, but it might cost about $2,000 if you do the math right, because it'd be each like a average operating system price could be about $200. So, and like each computer, I mean, sometimes you can take a key and put it in multiple computers, so we might be able to save quite a bit, starting probably around $500 to $2,000 would be my estimate, I believe.
Mm.
Get them things reimaged.
I don't know. Maybe we don't, we don't need that many. But then again, if it's a bigger event, then we can always use those devices for other events.
That's what the plan is.
I mean, you got Reynoldsburg has a big STEM expo, and then there's other events that runs throughout the year.
Yeah, that's kind of what the computers are going to be used for. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to come up with some good ideas as to how we could use them for STEM-oriented things, like making some little robot thing, like that robot thing I bought at the Maker Expo. Make it to where kids can program that, like that one guy had on display. Do probably some basic coding with Scratch or something. Uh, just simple stuff that can be right out of the computer. But also, we can get several of those little robots, put some Bluetooth adapters on the back of those computers, and we can let kids try uploading code to those robots and have a little pit in the middle that these robots will drive around in. So
Yeah, we can meet and probably discuss that and iron out what needs to be purchased and built or something. So that's all I have. And Section Congress, I guess, is I'm trying to compile some questionnaire that we need to send to. I think Felicia, that she's compiling that from Region 2. So I was able to get some response from a couple guys at AEP. So I will put those together. We need to send it to her by the end of March. So they normally get all these questionnaires, and then they pick maybe the top 3 suggestions for the entire region, then to work on as part of an effort to improve the society. So I still haven't seen Howard. So I guess since Josh is not here, I don't know what else to do with that. I see an email from PES, and they're still waiting for reimbursement for some of the expenses from December, I believe. So they're not really happy. They're very upset about it, and I can understand why. But
Of course.
I remember from the last meeting, I thought Josh was processing those. When Daniel was in the meeting, so I might just send him a message again. Okay, so let's move to the professional society. Saul?
Yeah. Well, I talked to Honda today, and as we expected, they're not putting out any dates till the coronavirus panic settles down.
Yes.
So we can't do anything.
Mhm. Yeah, I think right now all of the activities are pretty much suspended until this thing stabilizes.
Right.
When it gets warm, I was talking to my friend in China. Somehow things has settled down. Maybe because it's starting to warm up. But in the meantime, we just have to have extra caution. It doesn't help that people are creating more panic than necessary, but
it's crazy.
That's the way it goes. All you need is a not so bad of a thing, and then create a mass hysteria, and that's.
Frank said he was at Kroger earlier, and the line was like the whole place was flooded with people.
Oh.
Yeah, I stopped by and I look at the parking lot. I just drove out. It's like I really don't need to be here today, so I don't think I'm gonna stop and aggravate myself. Yeah, we have enough things at home that we don't have to go to the store for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't see Ben online, so and I didn't get any message from him. Um, Josh is not here, but we did, discuss activities, and you probably, Ian, you're probably gonna get pulled into that role since you're doing a lot of some of these events now.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm actually currently this week. I've actually been teaching at a Columbus school, the Buckeye Prep Academy, I believe, and they're like trying to build their own little STEM program in a way. So that's kind of step one. But also, like I've been planning a lot of big ideas for like when I do take over that chair role. Because I mean, like one thing I was thinking to build a lot of members, we could probably do like there's robotics clubs in a lot of schools. I mean, Pickerington here they have a robotics team that I guess they're going to the national competition now. So, I mean, one big thought I had was we can do robotics competitions around the state, at least with
hmm
whoever's in our section.
Yeah,
So, kind of like a student activity
I used to
conference, but for high
volunteer.
schools.
I used to volunteer with First Robotics, but that's been years ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't done a whole lot. I haven't even did a lot of math counts. I know the OSPE do a lot of the science fair math counts and other programs. And
Mhm.
we haven't been involved on any of those. So there's a lot of avenue that we can get involved into. I'm not sure about Try Engineering. I haven't been to the website so much to see what they offer. Have you done checked out what do they have for those? I know Josh has mentioned about Try Engineering before.
Yeah, I heard him mention try engineering. I just haven't taken a look at it yet. I've just been like kind of coming up with my own stuff so far. Like I currently have my friend Dave Gorman. He's trying to print out like a little sumo bot ring for this class that I'm teaching right now. And part of me was thinking, well, if he prints those, I could even probably develop my own little tiny robot to have battle bots with for now. Um, but yeah, I need to take a look at try engineering and see what type of stuff they got.
Okay.
I'm sure we could probably find something interesting.
Regarding the okay, for the website, do we have anything in the website? I remember the last time the guys was mentioning about security issue on the website.
It's pretty much under control. I haven't seen any more things from those bots. I had Con go in and put the like add that security feature, and I haven't seen any security issues come up anymore.
Okay.
So nothing really going on the website right now. So
Yeah, I don't know about our what you call this firewall, but when I open our website at work, it just I get like overlapping screen, and it's probably Nettler's firewall or something.
I don't think a firewall would really do that. I think it's just probably something wrong with the browser because the way the website's developed, like WordPress, is supposed to be made to where it will work on any device. That's why like it's got that layout it has. It's primarily designed to where it can work on any. Like it's designed for phones. It's designed for like everything. Any web developer that works on WordPress, they're told you need to make sure that this is fit for all devices.
So maybe it's just my formatting for the screen or something.
It could be.
Works
You might
fine
not
here.
have your screen resolution set right. Actually, might have to take a look at that.
Yeah, I have, but in my PC, my personal PC at home, it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. Probably your work computer has has the wrong resolution set up on it.
okay, I will double check it. So we move to the student activities chair.
And
So nothing. Okay. Okay. So Jim, I guess there's still nothing happening with auditing when we can't get the treasurer to do anything, right?
Haven't seen a budget, and Howard has joined the team. So he's looking for the audits they did a couple years ago and sent them to headquarters. And that's about the only thing that's happened since the last meeting.
Okay.
Did you get all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
That's all for tonight.
Okay. So Bob is not in. He did send a notice about the computer society because he's also doing the computer society. So he mentioned about the guy from NASA, Glenn, I guess. So the same thing, since it's a government, so they're all suspended from traveling or doing anything. So that would be an interesting topic when the guy comes and do presentation. We had one of the rocket scientists came and presented on one of our meetings in the past, and that was interesting. Okay, so let's move to the society, and we have Alexandra for the APMTT. Do you have anything new that's going on, or anything that we can assist you with as a section? And it's great that you were able to attend the meeting today.
Oh, thank you. I'll try to be more consistent in attending the meeting. Yeah, actually, I have the same issue that you have with the treasurer. I'm trying to get the numbers for 2019 just to double check because I need to send my reports to the region coordinator for the APS Society. And they were waiting for my report for March 1st. So I sent an email to Josh and then an email to Carl, but I didn't get any response. So if you could get that to me, that would be really helpful for me so I can submit my report.
Okay, I will make sure that I will send him an email after we finish the meeting. I have his phone number. I can also send him a text to make sure you need that to submit your report. Have you done any kind of expenses?
So not last year, not that much. So that's why I think I have the number right, but I would like just to double check, making sure that everything is, on the same page. So last year we tried to organize the poster competition for graduate students. So both master and PhD. Unfortunately, we didn't have any registration to hold the meeting. So it was canceled. So we are hoping to have another one at the end of this year. And actually, we are meeting this week with the chapter officers to try to come up with like maybe a new strategy or, um, you know, another way to organize it. Maybe like change the format of the event or something like that. But I can get you in the loop to help the promotion of the event and stuff like that. That would be helpful.
Okay, that's good. Are you guys in the ESL lab?
Yes. We're working at all the officers are working at the electroscience lab on OSU campus.
Okay. Yeah. Because I remember in the past we did the section did a tour of the ESL lab, one of our meetings. So maybe that's something that we would like to do again in the future to see what's new that you guys are doing there. And I think Bob Walston was thinking of having that presentation with NASA at the ESL lab.
Okay, sure. I mean, I can coordinate with that for sure. I can help with the arrangement of the meeting and the venue. So
Yeah,
put
because
me
it's
in the loop.
yeah. See, since a little bit easy to get to that area than the main campus.
Yes, it is.
And we have free parking, so that's easier to.
Yes, that's one nice thing is free parking. So
Yes.
I will discuss this with Bob and then keep in touch with you guys when things start to settle down.
Okay, great. I'd be happy to help.
Thank you. Carl is not here. I think Dr. Berger is still out of the country. I probably need to contact his second person that's in the U.S. right now, but I haven't have any updates. We haven't had any updates from them. I don't see Swin. I did not see update from Swin, but he did send me a message because I asked him to do a presentation for the legislative day, but apparently, unfortunately, he has another engagement for that week. It would have been great if he could present it because his topic was grid security. So that looks quite interesting, but he wasn't able to do it. Richard is not on the call. And I'm not sure about Colleen. She changed job, and I don't have her new email. Do you have the same? I think Ian, you probably still have the AEP email, right?
I haven't even been using the email list I have anymore. I've been just using the e-notices. I've just been going to e-notice and sending to the whole section.
Okay, because I tried to send her a message and it bounced back, and I just realized, oh, that's still the AEP. So I will contact Daniel. Daniel probably know her to make sure she sends us her new email.
Yeah, she might need to go back into her account and change
Profile.
her. Yeah.
Right. Because she's supposed to be working with, I guess, Jim Davis.
State.
Yeah, Zane State. So we'd like to see what's going on that. Okay, for the we had planned a networking dinner for this month. So with OSU being on hold on their classes, or are they just Alexandra? Are you guys just doing online classes right now?
We just received an email today saying that there is no more undergrads on the campus and all classes are online until the end of the spring semester.
Okay, so that's end of spring semester.
That's what they say in the email today. So no
Oh,
more
okay.
in-person classes.
Okay. So that's one thing that I also do that maybe you and some of the professors or your teachers that's on the AP society. I normally do like 2 dinners with the students, mainly the Ohio State students, for women in engineering. So we do an informal networking dinner in spring and fall semester. And I think the students, I have been doing that with the student section for maybe 2 years now, and they like to continue that because, you know, we met with the student and just sit down and have chat of what's going on, so they like that format. So whenever I set a meeting, I will send you an email or invite your society to the event. Is that something you would be interested to join?
Yeah, sure. That sounds
Okay.
interesting to do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's move to the student branches.
Juan's on.
Yeah, Swan's
Uh,
here.
Swen?
Swin, however you say his name.
Oh, yeah, Swen,
Hello?
yes.
Hello? Yeah,
Hi, hi, Swen. So, do you want to give us an update for the PS?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we had two events during February. So we had the first event of this year on February, I think February 13th, and that was a kickoff event. And we had a young engineer whose name is Austin Goins, and he gave a seminar on DC Arc Flash. And we had an event at the EEP Ohio building, and that was very good. We had like 20, 30 attendees. And also during that event, we gave two awards, the Outstanding Engineer Award to Jerry Marker and Professor Ramtin Xiushangxi from Ohio State University. So both of them did attend the event, and they did receive their plaques from IEEE Power Energy Society. So, and also along with that, we purchased, actually I purchased like two $50 Amazon gift cards as a gift to both the award recipients. So I think that went very well. And also on February 27th, we had our second event on Easy's office. So Easy fully sponsored that event. And we invited Mr. John Woodworth, who is the IEEE Distinguished Lecturer. And the IEEE Distinguished Lecturer program sponsored his travel fee. But our chapter is going to be responsible for his hotel fee and for one night, and also his lunch. We invited him for lunch during that day. So that event went very well. We had like about 50 people for that event. And we also have AEP's Managing Director, Dan Recker, to give us the opening speech. And then John presented something for transmission and distribution surge protection technology, so which was very well received. The whole event lasted like 2 hours. And John gave like 1 hour and 30-minute presentation, which was very well received. And so it went very well. So those are the two events we had in this year before March. And we were thinking about having another event on March, but because of this coronavirus stuff, we kind of backed off because we didn't want to gather people together and take any risks. So we canceled our event for March. But we did plan another event on April 14th, which will be given by Jared Marker. You know, Jared used to be our chair, and Jared is a principal planning engineer, so he knows a lot of things about how we plan the power system stuff from transmission network perspective. So he's going to keep that presentation in Ohio, AP Ohio building. But we are keep following up on this coronavirus situation. You know, hopefully, I think by the end of this month, we will have a better vision about this virus situation. If this thing is totally out of control, I think we may have to cancel that one as well. But right now, that one is still put there. I think with all being mentioned, maybe the only other thing I'm going to mention is about the reimbursement. I don't know if George is still here, but I think Daniel did a very good job. Daniel is our new charter. I think he met you guys, I think, in the previous meeting. He submitted everything from PES side to Columbus section, I think. So, you know, very frequently and very, very immediately. So, but at least for me, so far I haven't received anything from Josh yet. So I think right now I have like more than $500 from owed by the section yet. So I just want to bring this up. And Josh mentioned in one of his email, like he was thinking like give PES some authority, like we can have an account and we can write the check to ourselves, you know, then we don't need to bother the sections chair or something like that. I think we are definitely looking toward that. You know, I think Daniel can definitely handle any checks and accounting, those kind of things. I mean, if that is easier for Columbus section, definitely we will definitely support to do that, because every year, I think last year we had like more than 13 events. You know, we spent more than $1,500, excluding that workshop. So we have a lot of cash flow here. So I mean, if Columbus section charter and your leadership is a little bit tired of handling all this kind of financing stuff, you know, we are definitely open to kind of help with that by ourselves. So, but again, without all this reimbursement and this cash flow stuff, I mean, as Colin mentioned all the time last year, I mean, I still have money in my bank account. I can handle the $500, but I'm not sure about if we keep having this kind of delaying how these things can be moving forward. But those are just my ideas.
Yes, we fully understand your concern, and it's a big concern for the last year and this year already. It's March. I saw the email from Daniel, and that wasn't a good thing to, because I thought Josh was he did say that he was going to process all the expenses from 2019, and even in January. If you guys had an event February already, so it shouldn't have to be waited so long. And I did ask him, I think when we had the Maker X, what was the status of trying to get you the PES their own account, and I remember him telling me that he did get some response from Region 2, and that's what they recommending for you guys to do. So yeah, we may have to escalate it to Region 2 to get it moving as quickly as possible, so that way we don't have to. Because if you're running an event every month or twice in a month, even though AEP may sponsor some of that, you're still gonna have some expense from your section, and you shouldn't be covering that too much, especially waiting 2 months to get reimbursed.
Yeah, I'm totally appreciate your understanding, and so whatever that can help us to expedite this kind of cash flowing, our sections, we can contribute even more to the section or to our society. So, but
yeah, I will put that in my action item for this week and next week to contact the Region 2 treasurer, and we can get that moving.
Yeah. And looking for the future, we definitely have some other ideas in our mind. So I mentioned the April event, maybe by Jerry Marker, talking about transmission planning. And also, we were already scheduling some other things, like some tool to our transmission training center in Alaska. So hopefully this thing can be happening after this whole coronavirus stuff. But we are on the schedule of that one as well. And also, definitely, I have an idea, like I want to talk with Colin, like schedule another co-event with a young professional group, and Helen with you with a women engineering group as well. So. And also student branch. So I can definitely reach out to any OSU professor, and we can have any seminar or stuff tool in OSU as well. So again, we have a lot of ideas, and we are waiting for more financial support from the section. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not sure about the student branches. Do we have anybody from the student branch?
Not that I know of.
Guess not.
Can you repeat?
Guess not. I don't think we don't have anyone.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I don't know about this old business. That's just from previous one. So Carl is not here to discuss about that. Probably Legislative Day is the big hopefully that will go, since that's May, and we should. Howard has asked me to notify like the chair for Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and I think Lima. That's our region, to make sure that they're aware of this event, and they're aware that there's, the Columbus section is sponsoring this event, so they have a discount. It is we're outlining and finalizing some of the program. The program right now, I think it's a good. You pretty much have to take the whole day, but there's a professional development hour, and there's time to meet up with either the senator or congressmen, and I guess that's on session on May 20. May 20 is the best time because both houses are open in session, so maybe that gives us better chance to meet with the legislator. And we have a speaker, I think one judges, they're is coming to speak about legislation and what's getting voted at this time and some of the process on how legislation is moving through the House. So hopefully that will go, but they have invited us to do a presentation. So right now, Howard is working with Jeff, I can't remember his last name, that's going to do a presentation for an hour. Hopefully he will, it's not finalized yet, but I hope he would do it. And then unfortunately Swin had prior engagement with those week. So maybe next year, Swin, we'll put you on schedule to do the presentation for Legislative Day.
Yeah, sure. So, by the way, Helen, I think I accept the invitation from Howard. Howard invited me to give the similar presentation to OSPE, another like luncheon, OSPE luncheon stuff on March 26th. So anyhow,
okay.
I'm going to give some presentation to OSPE, but I'm sorry I will miss the May one because I will go to, hopefully I can go to Florida to attend another IEEE committee meeting, but next time, yeah, I can still find out some topics that maybe I can share with the team. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, Section Congress is still, in planning, and like I said, they need input from us. I got some input from Jared that was pretty good, and we'll probably I need to put together more, and they pick like the top 3 items to work on for, I guess they met every 3 years as part of the goal for the entire society. That will be in Ottawa. We have August 20, I believe, is set up for Region 2 meeting, strictly for Region 2. The actual Section Congress doesn't start until the 21st in the afternoon. So the program it's pretty full program, and I do think Ben has expressed that he was going, so he needs to make sure that he starts with his budget, but at this time we don't know. I mean, the flights are pretty cheap at the moment, but the hotel are quite expensive in those areas. You're talking about $275, $300 a night in Ottawa.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. So I actually already booked my flight, and it was very cheap. It was $251 from Columbus to Ottawa and back, but the hotel is like $300 a night. So that's yeah. So that's hopefully that by the time August rolls around, everything is under control. But we don't know. I don't know. They haven't sent us anything about planning. If that.
I got a cruise scheduled during that time, so it better be okay. I think when we start thinking about Maker X, Raymond, who's on the line here, might be a big help with that project. I think he'd like that.
Yes.
Just depends upon what you're doing.
Oh, you'll like it.
Well,
I think you could give me a big help.
We have to give him some responsibility, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just tuning in to see what's going on, and I don't know. Maybe there's something to do. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. Just
Well,
seeing
that
what.
would be it's a neat thing.
Hmm.
You'd fit right in.
There's a lot. It's a really nice event to go to, and kind of see all these crazy things that people are doing.
Well, I've been to Maker Fair's other one. Uh, there's a local one up in Detroit that's pretty nice that they have.
Yeah, this is kind of more like, how would you describe it? More like robotics, game design. Yeah, honestly, those are probably the main two subjects. You'll see like these RC ships that people have built. There's battle bots. There's what else is there?
Up there at
There's
the Maker Fair in Detroit, they have people who are selling stuff they make or stuff that they build, 3D printers, even food or clothing or stuff they make that you can ride. They have a couple of presentations sometimes from people in industry. It's I don't know, it was interesting. It's again this year, so I'm thinking about going.
See, there you go.
Hmm. He's got experience.
yeah. So you can gather some ideas and bring it back to our section, right?
uh, I guess depends upon what ideas you'd have or what you'd want me to tell you about. The one thing I was thinking about earlier, you had mentioned you have PCs and you wanted to put Windows 10 on them. You know, if they have Windows 7, you can still upgrade them for free.
Yeah, but these are Windows Vistas.
Yeah.
There are too many series back,
All right.
many generations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can, since I don't see Howard, do you see him? I don't see him in the
He's not here.
participant. So we can probably go through the minutes, and I think we have enough people to approve it.
Hmm. That was like one of the most attended meetings we've had for the past year.
Yes, that was the facility in Columbus. It was very nice. It's just a little far to get to, but it seems pretty big meeting room.
Hmm.
So we got so Jim discussed about the audit that we desperately needed. That's motion carried by, I guess that's Daniel.
Yeah, that was to approve the
Logan.
minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Charter conference.
Intern week luncheon. I guess Howard, Carl, and you went, right?
Yeah, Howard,
So
Carl, and May.
what was the speaker, the keynote speaker?
Well, there were two of them. One was talking about the ordinances at the airports of Columbus, so like Port Columbus and Rickenbacker, and I think there was another one. There's three airports that I guess this engineering association is all part of. Then the other, I don't really remember what the kid was talking about, but yeah, it's primarily just two
Okay.
speakers. One was with airports, the
Yeah.
other one was talking about something else. Actually, the other
Okay.
one was still a student at OSU, and he he knew too much, and he is I think about to be a member of our association here soon. Forget what he
Okay.
was supposed to be doing. Carl should have been here. He's the one that did all the discussing with him.
Yeah, I met the student section. They have some new officers because Mia and Autumn Well, Mia will graduate in May, but she's already accepted to Ohio State Medical School, so she's going to med school. So she's still going to be in contact as a student member, but she's no longer going to be officers. So they have all brand new officers this year. Okay, so let's scroll down. Maker X, I think that went really well. More Maker X. Reports there. I know we spend a whole lot of time for the budget and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ben is not here, otherwise he would really be
Arguing.
arguing quite a bit. And he has, I don't blame him, we are a technical professional organization. We should be able to do these things, even though we're not all accountants. But
yeah.
Yeah. And the last 15 years that I've been in the Columbus section, I have not really experienced this difficulty until this past year or so with reimbursement. Yeah.
Usually we get in a day or two, you get your check back.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, so let's move to the professional societies. There was progress report. Which doesn't really have a whole lot in this section. So that's the communication society that Bob was talking about. So he did have a contact with the guy, but like I said, all activities right now is suspended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drone technology exposure at Maker X. Yeah, I didn't see that.
That's probably not anything flying around. Might not be a good idea for safety purposes.
I mean, they could have had a net up. They could put a net up and have it to where the drones are limited only in one little area.
Yeah, like I said, I think if we have some kind of hands-on for the kids, they need hands-on. If you have exhibit, the kids would just look at it and then move on. If they can't touch it, they can't play with it, they can't do anything, then it's just not that exciting.
You saw how long I had kids stuck to my darn phone system.
Yeah, just the phone system, right?
And then they were stuck to the my darn O-scope and multimeter and waveform gen. They were having fun with all that.
Yeah, I remember in college where they make you find the frequency and make sure you grab it. You just don't hit the auto format. You actually have to work with the dial and make it work. So there's nothing for the student other than Colleen, I guess, that she's planning. I will have to check with her on status on that. There was the business with the roots up. I don't know about that, so I'm not clear. What is our role in that situation. So
that's my question too.
Yeah. So the guy presented this the cost to build this facility, but who runs those facility and who profits from those facility. I don't quite understand that proposal. So any question with the minutes?
No.
Looks good to me.
Okay, so I guess vote
Need two
to
motions.
accept the minute.
Accept.
Okay, so Ian, second.
You have a seconder?
You have a second to accept the minute?
Second.
All right. Jim seconds.
Okay. Okay, motion minutes is approved.
Okay.
And is there anything else?
There's like a STEM meeting going on at the end of this month. I believe it's the 29th. And it's like $150 for the ticket for IEEE members.
Where is that located?
It's in New Jersey. It's taking place in Jersey. So I was trying to figure out like how can I request those travels? Because I know you guys are always saying like requesting for $500 to do a travel or something.
Boy, make a motion, I guess.
Yes, we have budget for education, I believe. So
Yes,
if you request, so you're requesting a funding to go to this event in Princeton.
The funding.
Okay. Okay.
Requesting the funding for the March 28th, 2020. Oh wait, big keyword there.
It's postponed.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be discussed.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Time out.
Well, I mean, could probably do the motion just for like when it comes back.
Yes, I think when it comes back, it would be.
It could be in the beginning of the month. You never know.
Mhm.
So, same motion for. Where's the registration pricing here? There it is. So 145, and then I'd probably predict. I'd say probably $250, just because like the hotel price for an overnight stay. So requesting $250 for the trip to.
I moved that we send Ian to this STEM conference. Up to what, 300? You say?
Yeah, we'll set it at 300 just because of because of hotel prices. Right. It'd be an overnight stay, at least.
So I think somebody should second it if they want to.
Okay, somebody needs to second?
Yeah, I can second.
Okay. Jim?
This is Sean.
Motion.
I don't think that was Jim.
Oh, who's that?
This is Sean.
Okay, so Schwinn seconds.
Oh, Swin. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay.
Motion is $300 to Ian.
Okay, $300 for Ian to go to the STEM education conference. Motion carried.
Okay.
And I think now we just have to have a motion to close.
Okay, so if there's no further question or comments, we motion to close the meeting. Everybody say aye. And
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Good meeting, Helen.
Very good.
All right. All right. Thank you. And just do the recording, and I will try to make the minutes or give the recording to Howard, and he liked to do his formats for the minutes, so he might not like my format. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Stay healthy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.